Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. Imagine having to explain to people that you are not black all the time and telling them that you are Dominican. Imagine having to explain each time that I am not black, someone that look like me, right? And then she went further to say that black people are crying because Dominicans refuse to accept that they are black. Number one is that black people are not crying. I have not heard black people wanting you all to identify as black, right? That it's your problem. If there is anybody crying, you are the one crying because you have to explain yourself to people all the time. And another woman was saying that she is really very sad for people that do not want to especially people that look like her, that refuse to identify as black. Number one is that she has been profiled so many times in United States, right? And each time she is being profiled, she is being profiled as a black person, not as a Dominican, right? And this boiled down to all these Papi, I am not black. See my skin? Not the same, not the same. Papi, not the same. See, I am really tired of waking up to them coming out to tell us that we don't care if they are black. Nobody even wants to like them to identify, but they keep wanting to do black things, wearing durag, identifying as or trying to do things, trying to imitate black culture. You know what? Let's get into this video.
Reminder that Dominicans are not black. We are not black, and no matter how much black Americans cry about it, we are not black. We will never be black. Yes, I look black, but we are not black. And it's just a reminder to black Americans who are so pathetically forcing Dominicans to label themselves as black. When we keep telling them we have our own culture, we know black, papi, they still force it on us. So just a reminder, Dominicans are not black, period.
When the ones that actually claim their blackness, sorry guys, but some of you guys be like, I know black, I know black, I know black, imposible, I know black, I'm Dominican, I'm Puerto Rican, I know black, be looking just like me, be having the same hair, I be touching it like, it's not the same, it's not the same, it's not the same, papi, it's not the same. They try to salsa that shit off. I be like, no, it's not the same, I know black, negro nunca, nunca, I know no, nunca, I know black. I'm like, no, you black, no, I know black. Dominica, I go, I know, but you're black. No, papi. I know black. No, black.
Are black, Papo.
I'm no black, Dominican.
Papo, you're black.
I'm no black, Dominican.
Papo, you're black.
No, I'm no black, Dominican.
Papo, you're not Dominican, you black.
I'm no black, Dominican.
You Dominican, I'm black.
No black, Dominican.
Okay.
Now, the funny thing about all this is that y'all know I'd done part one on this, which was quite interesting. So basically what I'm gathering from a lot of these videos where Dominicans are saying that they're not black is they are saying that the only black people on this earth are American blacks. Those are the only black people on this earth. There are no other black people. So the word black is synonymous with American or African American, which is strange to me, but I'll let you have it. This whole concept of race is just funny in itself, but hey. What are you going to do? Let's get into some more clips, though. Let's go.
When I got racially profiled and when I almost got shot by a cop, he did not ask me, are you Dominican? He did not ask me, what is your race? He looked at me and assumed I was a black woman in America. So I want you to look at yourself right now in the mirror and come to your fucking senses. Because nobody is going to sit here and ask you, oh, what are you? Before they pull the trigger. No one is going to ask you, what is your nationality before they pull that trigger? Dominicans are black. And instead of running away from our blackness at a time like this, we need to embrace that shit. Because that is the only thing that's going to get us through these times. The only difference between me and a Haitian, me and a Jamaican, me and a Cuban and a Puerto Rican is a boat stop.
No, because this is so real, like so real. And honestly, I just want to talk about it. Like, let's just talk about it. Because I was going to make a video, but I can tell I made a lot of Dominicans press my comments. So let's talk about it. So the first comments I want to address are the ones that are basically saying, well, technically we aren't black because we're mixed. I just want to make a disclaimer. I'm Haitian and I always get mistaken for being Dominican. People think I'm Dominican all of the time. The reason for that is the fact that if you go to the DR, most people are looking like me. So it's just so crazy to me how there are people in my comments who look like they could be my sister and are still denying that they're black in any shape or form. And don't get me wrong, I get it. There are people that are white or white passing in the Dominican Republic. So yes, technically, genetically, it would be incorrect to call them black. And look, I'm going to be so real. Like, there's a serious colorism problem. And I'm not even going to just say it's in the DR because it's in the Caribbean in general. We have our own set of issues in Haiti. We literally have names for different types of skin complexions in Haiti. It's so crazy to the point where even light-skinned people are divided based on physical attributes. So light-skinned people with Afrocentric features and curly hair are looked at a lower level than light-skinned people with straighter hair and white. So not only do we have a colorist problem, but now your features also contribute to how black you are and therefore where you're placed in the social hierarchy. So I'm not even going to sit here and just say it's just the DR because it's definitely not. But my point is that at the end of the day, we have the same ancestors. Haiti and the Dominican Republic were the exact same country. It was Hispaniola. That's what it was before it was the DR and before it was Haiti. The West African slaves that were brought into Hispaniola, they're the same slaves. So we have the exact same West African genetic makeup. We even both have Taino mixed in both of us. Haitians and Dominicans have Taino blood. Literally the only difference is that the Dominican Republic had a colorist dictator who whitewashed the country and made y'all more mixed. But that also doesn't erase all of your black DNA and heritage that you had before that. And to be real, at the end of the day, I don't really care what people identify as. You could say you're a fucking tree for all I care. But I'm just saying you can't erase your history. You can't erase your past. And for you to be so clearly black and just deny it, it says a lot about your mentality and the fact that you're playing into this colorist mindset, choosing to be anything but black because at the end of the day, black is just seen as this very terrible thing and offensive.
Shout out to that young lady. She's absolutely right. You had indigenous people on that island first, and they came from the same region in terms of West Africa when they dropped the folks off there. But the whole whitewashing, it is what it is. This whole mindset, colonialism, spreading the Roman Empire. You know, as much as you guys say, well, it's Spain, it's Portugal, whatever. It's all of these are offshoots of the Roman Empire. So at the end of the day, it's unfortunate that people are arguing about this or talking about it, but at the end of the day, hey, you identify with whatever you want to identify as, but reality is reality. But we have a sister here, she's a dark-skinned Dominican, who's talking about the situation at hand, that a lot of people who look like her, they say, well, you're Afro-Latina, you're Spanish-speaking. They're shocked that she's a black woman that speaks Spanish. So let's get into what she has to say. Let's go.
Bueno, hoy voy a explicar la narrativa behind I'm not black, I'm Dominican. It's been an ongoing joke like, oh, Dominicans do not claim to be black because they're colorist. It is true that the Dominican Republic and many Dominican people suffer from colorism. But let me tell you the meaning behind that phrase, I'm not black, I'm Dominican. When many Dominicans move to the United States, usually, we get asked where are we from. And the people that get asked that specific question are usually Dominicans that look my skin's color. When you ask someone from Latin America, we usually don't respond with race, because I think it's pretty obvious. When you ask someone from Latin America, where you from, we usually say our country. So in case somebody asks me, oh, where are you from? My case, I will say I'm from Argentina and I'm from Dominican Republic also. But usually when people ask that question, it's with a second-handed, backhanded, racism behind it. They will say, oh, where are you from? And you say, oh, I'm from the Dominican Republic. And they will be like, aren't you black? And we will say, no, I wasn't born in America. I'm Dominican. And that will create a whole narrative of, oh, you cannot be Dominican because you're black. And I've been through that because I went to high school in America. And then that's exactly how it went. Oh, Nina, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Argentina and Dominican
You can't
Republic.
speak Spanish,
Mira,
you're
hija de tu
black.
maldita madre, ¿cómo tú me vas a decir a mí que yo no hablo español, coñazo? Oh my God, you do speak Spanish. And so on will go like that. That's why many Dominicans get mad about the fact that people don't believe they're Dominican because they don't fit into the stereotype of the light skin, curly hair, 5'5" Dominican people they are like in America. I'm pretty sure we know we are dark skinned, babe. We have a mirror. But now, when you're trying to degrade our nationality because our skin color, that's when it becomes a problem. That's where Dominicans were like, bro, I'm not black. I'm not an African American. I'm Dominican. I speak Spanish. Soy de la cultura latina. And that's where that phrase comes from. Disclaimer, there's still a lot of Dominicans that are like colorist as fuck, but like that specific phrase comes from that specific experiences. Yay, thank you.
I hear you, baby, but nobody is saying that you're African American. They're just saying that you're black. Black is not synonymous with African American. The majority of people on this earth are black. Just to be honest with you, let's just keep it at that. You can say, well, GR, what about China? Come on, man. Yo, listen, man. We just have to be honest about these things, guys. And if you're Dominican, you're Dominican. If you're from Senegal, you're from Senegal. If you're from Jamaica, you're from Jamaica. If you're Trinidad, you're Trinidad. It is what it is, man. But at the end of the day,
Dominicans are not black. We are not black. And no matter how much black Americans cry about it, we are not black. We will never be black. Yes, I look black, but we are not black. And
so a lot of y'all have tagged me in this video, and I just want to say I'm not Dominican, and it's really not my place to tell Dominicans what they are, what they aren't. That's a conversation that they need to have within their community. But one thing I do know is that when I go to Washington Heights, when I go to the Bronx, when I went to Puerto Rico, everyone thought I was Dominican. Everyone thinks that I'm Dominican. I get mistaken for Dominican 1,000 times more than I get mistaken for being Puerto Rican. I had to convince a Dominican lady that I was not Dominican. I told her I was Puerto Rican, and she goes, okay, yeah, maybe your family immigrated to Puerto Rico from DR. And I was like, no, I'm Puerto Rican. I even had to turn down 2 opportunities last year from 2 different companies that wanted me to talk about Dominican Mother's Day. And I was like, listen, I'm not Dominican. I even tried to pass it off to one of my friends. And I was like, hey, do you want to do this? Because I don't feel right taking an opportunity. Another thing is I grew up around Dominican people my whole life in Brooklyn. And I don't know any of the Dominican people that I grew up around that I know that think like this. So there's that. Also, I am black, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if I ever get on this app and talk crazy like that, I would look crazy, and I would expect you to think I was crazy too.
I could never understand when I heard Dominicans say, oh, I'm not black. That hurts my feelings because I love being black. I think black is beautiful. I think brown is beautiful. So you should be proud of your skin. I love it.
I had a conversation with a Dominican woman. She said, Ricardo, what you don't understand is that we, as a Dominican country, we are being invaded by Haitians. So a lot of times when Haitians come here, birth their child here, that's not a Dominican. That is a Haitian.
Yeah, Haitian. They don't give you a name. So
okay, fine. I said fine. So let me ask you this. I said there's a man that I did a video with. His parents are from Barcelona, Spain, but they birthed them in Dominican Republic. Is he Dominican?
Yeah, he was born there.
So she immediately said yes, that he is Dominican because he was born there as a Spanish descent. But if your parents are Haitian, you are born in Dominican Republic, but you're black, you're not Dominican, you're still Haitian. So tell me that's not anti-black. Tell me that's not anti-black. Come on.
Absolutely.
Come on. Yo miré a un dominicano que es negro y en el comment section dijo esto: nosotros no somos negros, somos parte Spaniard. The fact that you as a black person in Dominican Republic feel the need to go out of your way to say I'm not black, but in that same sentence you say we're part Spanish. See, you rejected the black, and in that same sentence you embrace a Spaniard that you may not even have, but you claim it because hablo español. That don't mean you have their blood. It just means you were colonized by them. That's all it means. That's literally all it means. Black person, I look just like you. In Dominican Republic, we'll say, I'm not black, and in that same sentence, we're mixed with Spanish. You as a black person want to claim to be part Spanish, but yet the first thing you have to say is, I'm not black. You're phenotypically black, but you're not black, right? But you are Spanish. And what you gonna tell me, that you don't suffer from internalized racism? Of course you do.
Ser como negros es una mala cosa.
There's a reason why hair like yours is called pelo malo. Ah, so the indigenous African hair is considered bad. So which one's the good? Which one's the good? You see what I'm saying? A lot of black people in the Dominican Republic say things like, yo no soy negro, soy dominicano. Why are black people in the Dominican Republic trying so hard not to be black and or acknowledge their African ancestry? And rather than saying, yes, I'm black, I'm African descent, they'll say, I'm not black, I'm Hispanic. And sure, technically, because they speak Spanish, they are Hispanic, sure. But speaking the language of the Spaniards that took away everything you are, your culture, your ethnic identity, and your language, and then replace it with theirs, that doesn't make you them. But in this case, African descending people in the Dominican Republic are denying the fact that they descend from somewhere in Africa, more than likely Nigeria, and completely denying the descent and saying, I'm not black, I'm Hispanic. There is such a shame in being black. And what I've come to understand is that when I was a little kid, every single time that I turned on the TV and they showed anything in regards to Africa, they would show all the hungry little kids with the little bubble stomachs digging in the trash and all types of poverty. The most degrading and inferior conditions that a people can be depicted as is all I ever saw anytime something about Africa was depicted on television. There was a rapper who did an interview and said, I'm so thankful for slavery because if not for Europeans going over to Africa and bringing us to America, I'd still be an African booty scratcher right now. So you see, that is very sad and obviously so much internal hatred. But the real question is it their fault? The macro media pushes this narrative and agenda that the standard of beauty is white and everything about the African, what we were taught in American TV, is inferior, and everything that was been taught about the white folk is superior, elegance, royalty, right? Then you realize that dark skin and or black is associated with poverty and inferiority. So then when Dominicans say, I'm not black, it's like saying, no, I'm not poor, I'm not inferior, I'm Hispanic, I'm superior. This is internalized racism, absolutely. But if you do some research, you realize it makes sense why we're like this, why we don't want to associate ourselves with what we've been indoctrinated to believe is poor, inferior, and everything negative. We want to associate ourselves with everything that is beautiful, superior, and class.
Hey guys, if you're interested in the topic of I know black, I'm Dominican, please stop strolling. So this topic has been all over TikTok and it has been a thing. And now I notice that it's a bigger issue than what it is, right? And I'm super interested in it because I'm Dominican and Morenita, so it just makes sense for me to talk about it, right? I am going to tag one of my girls that's always talking about it down below because she be dropping some knowledge. But recently I noticed that this topic is actually bigger than I'm no black, I'm Dominican. So one of my videos on Instagram went viral and it's about Latina mom washing her panties, showing her daughter how to wash her panties by hand. And if you guys are interested, go watch it. Like, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny and it's pretty on point. So I didn't think nothing of it. All these comments are coming in from women, black women, white women, women from all over the place, right? This one comment stood out to me. And basically the girl was like, black girls don't wash their panties by hand. That's a Caribbean thing, right? So of course, people were chiming in, going back and forth, you know, defending their upbringings. So then I noticed at the end, she wrote a comment and she was like, Black American women, I don't like y'all. This is a Caribbean thing or whatever. And I was like, oh my God. So I'm like, is this controversy also going on with all the other cultures, because I do hear these comments and these conversations of I'm not black, I'm Jamaican, I'm not black, I'm Trini, I'm not black, I'm whatever it is, right? So I need to know, like know how people feel about it, especially my people that are not Black Americans. Like, how do you feel about that topic? Let me know in the comments, because I think we need to talk about it.
You are black,
I'm
Papo.
not black, Dominican.
Papo, you're black.
I'm not black, Dominican.
Papo, you're black.
No, I'm not black, Dominican.
Papo, you're not Dominican, you black.
I'm not black, Dominican.
You Dominican, I'm black.
No, not black, Dominican.
Okay.
Y'all ever ask a Dominican person if they was black, and they respond, "No, I'm Dominican," and you agree, like you just be like, "Oh, okay," but then the whole time you thinking, you like, "My nigga, we got the same skin complexion. How you not black?"
Papi, I'm Dominican. Of course I know black. You know?
Yeah, yes, you are.
Papi, I know black.
You're
Papi, I'm
obviously
Dominican.
fucking black.
Papi, I'm Dominican.
You're black. It's the same thing. You're just a black guy who speaks Spanish.
It's not the same thing.
You're fucking
So
black.
this is all I
You're
got
black,
from this,
okay?
and it's really very sad. I think I have actually brought so many videos on Dominicans, because it's always them waking up to say that Black people or African Americans want them to be Black. The reality is that Black people do not want you people to be Black. You know, African Americans do not want you people to be Black, and they are not claiming you people, you know. So if you think that African Americans, they are not crying, if there is anyone crying, is you people, because I don't see how somebody have to, like, you have to explain yourself to people, like just the way I look right now, and I have to keep explaining to people that I am a white person. Who is crying? So you are the one crying. Because when I look at you, when I look at you, all I see is someone that look like me, right? And nobody's begging you to be Black. Nobody's asking you to identify with the Black people and all that. So nobody is crying, and they are not pathetically crying. So you are the one pathetically crying, because you go around at every point you get to explain yourself, to explain where you are from. Who explains where he or she comes from? It's really amazing how I see them using the N-word, using do-rags, doing so many things, talking Black, acting Black, right? But when you ask, where are you from? Then you see them switch up and all that. And then someone that look the same like me will tell you, look at my skin. Do I look like you? I mean, that is ignorant at the biggest or at the highest order. Because it's only a very stupid and foolish person would do something like that. And the girl that actually said that it's really sad that they are so quick to want to identify as pump colored, because some of them really want to look so pump colored, identify. I mean, they really want that European side so bad. And she said that if she is being pulled over, that she's been pulled over as a Black person, not even because they don't even know what is Dominican and all that. So that several times she's been profiled, that she was profiled as a Black woman. And this is something people have refused to identify or accept. Let's use me as an example, right? Let's assume that I am in US right now, right? And I am being pulled over. They are not pulling me over as a Nigerian, because they don't know where I'm from. They don't even know if I am Nigerian. But they are going to probably pull me over as a Black woman and they actually do not care where you're from. If you are Nigerian, or if you are Cameroonian, or if you are Haitian, Caribbean, or, they don't care. First of all, they are pulling you over as a Black woman. It is when you get home that you explain that to your family that you were being put, So all these are things people are supposed to look at. And nobody is taking away your ethnicity or your nationality from you. I mean, but then they keep saying African Americans are so quick to drag them and all that. Nobody's dragging you. Nobody's asking you to identify. It's either you want it or you don't want it. We can't keep dragging you. People are trying to make you guys see the good part of your own side because you all choose not to see it. How am I supposed to make you see it? You cannot see. I cannot make you see it, not until you see it by yourself. You know, it's really kind of dumb that in 2024 or like, you know, we're still talking about all of this. Papi, I am not Dominican. I am not black. I am Dominican. Like, who cares? You see all of them. They are so keen to identify with the Europeans and all that. But when you say anything about someone that is even as dark as I see, you all know I love black. So when I say as dark, I am not trying to like, you know, probably profile somebody or make somebody, but it's amazing how you see somebody that look same as me, even darker than me, telling me some stories. I mean, like Cook and Boo story and the rest of it. You know, it's really crazy, and I am tired of seeing it. I don't want to keep saying it, really, because some people think like, you know, we want that. We do not want any of you. And you all already, because some of them, when you tell them you are, when they said that African side, they feel like you are calling them poor. It's amazing how some people don't even know anything about Africans. You know, they don't know, even some still believe that they live in trees and all that. So when you talk about African, they see like, you know, people that live in huts, people that still move around with pennies and all that, people that do not have anything to, so they do not want to identify with that, you know. And they just want to identify with their, I don't know. See you all in my next video. I'm not in for this kind of bullshit. Bye for now.